Austria is a beautiful country in Central Europe, where history and culture are well preserved. Despite being the central location, Austria was once considered to be east. The name Austria was derived from the Old German word Österreich, meaning Eastern Realm. In the medieval period, the area that is now Austria was the eastern boundary of Europe's Christian alliance, often facing initial waves of Muslim expansions from the Ottoman Empire. During the Cold War, Austria was the easternmost country within the Western Bloc, while all its eastern neighboring countries were under Soviet influence. In history, Austria constantly found itself at the crossroads of cultural influences, religious conflicts, and geopolitical tensions. Unlike its European peers, such as Britain, France, and Spain, Austria never had global dominance. Nevertheless, Austria survived tumultuous periods, managed to maintain its sovereignty, and emerged as one of the wealthiest countries in the world. During the 6 centuries of Habsburg rule, prosperity and stability were established and sustained in Austria. Its rich cultural heritage can be seen and felt in Austria's capital, Vienna. The Danube divides Vienna into the east and the west parts. Most commercial activities and tourist attractions lie in the west part. When you take a stroll on the streets in Vienna, your camera will be hungry for the beauty of the city. The majestic imperial palaces adorned with impressive sculptures and bas-reliefs. The beautiful city parks that host tranquil lakes, perfectly manicured lawns, lush greeneries, and romantic flower beds. We traveled to Vienna in summer 2024. We were invited to explore the culture and art in a relaxed atmosphere. Before you know Vienna has been ranked the most livable city in recent 3 years, you can feel its population is rich and free. The streets in Vienna are beautiful and clean. The Ringstrasse is a famous boulevard that surrounds the historic center of Vienna, the Innenstadt, and it was built on the site of the old medieval city walls. It's home to many of the city's most iconic buildings, including the Austria Parliament, the Vienna State Opera House, and the Vienna City Hall. Aside from the main streets, I found the side streets in Vienna lovely. The side streets are not too distant away from the commercial areas, but quieter and less crowded. Lined with magnificent Baroque buildings, antique shops, elegant cafes, they capture the essence of the city's rich history and culture. Carriages are often seen in those streets, adding to the city's historic romantic charm. You will likely find a local eatery in a historical setting, where you can enjoy an authentic Austrian meal and a beer. The Graben is one of the most famous historic streets in Vienna. Located in the heart of the city's first district, it is a lively pedestrian zone filled with shops, cafes, restaurants, and significant architectural landmarks. The Graben is not only a prime shopping destination, but also a cultural and historic landmark that reflects Vienna's rich heritage. The name Graben translates to ditch or trench in German, which is derived from its origins as a moat or ditch surrounding the Roman settlement of Vienna. Over time, the ditch was filled in and transformed into a street, which became a central marketplace in medieval Vienna. In the 17th and 18th centuries, the Graben became a prestigious street lined with elegant Baroque buildings, palaces, and townhouses. It has remained a central and a vibrant part of Vienna ever since. Graben's neighboring street, Kohlmarkt, is another prestigious street featuring upscale shops and restaurants and luxury boutiques. The name Kohlmarkt translates to coal market in English, reflecting its medieval origins when it served as a marketplace for coal. Over time, it transformed into a shopping street for Viennese aristocracy and the bourgeoisie. Kohlmarkt and Graben's proximity to the Hofburg Palace made it a favorite shopping destination for members of the Habsburg court. Many of the buildings along the street date back to the Baroque period, and their elegant facades reflect the grandeur of Imperial Vienna and contribute to the street's luxurious and elegant atmosphere. Today, Kohlmarkt is synonymous with luxury. It features a wide array of high-end international and Austrian brands. Kohlmarkt and Graben are pedestrian-friendly streets, allowing visitors to stroll leisurely and take in the ambience, with a backdrop of spectacular architecture and window displays filled with luxury items. Louis Vuitton and Chanel have shops at the intersection between Kohlmarkt and Graben. The most striking feature of the Louis Vuitton and Chanel are the caryatids adorn the facades of the shops. Caryatids are sculpted female figures that serve as architectural supports, replacing or complementing traditional columns and pillars. Originating in ancient Greek architecture, caryatids are characterized by their graceful stance and are often seen in temples, facades, and other monumental structures in Europe. In Vienna, they are used as decorative elements on the facades of several historic buildings. The Louis Vuitton and Chanel shops on Kohlmarkt are located in the buildings that feature these beautiful caryatids on their facades. These sculptures add to the grandeur and elegance of the shops, blending modern luxury with classical architectural elements. The caryatids often have a regal and a serene appearance, holding up balconies or entablatures with their heads and shoulders, reflecting Vienna's rich architectural tradition. The caryatids on these buildings are striking in their detail and craftsmanship, seamlessly merging the past artistic heritage with the present luxury shopping experience, reflecting Vienna's rich history and its continuous evolution as a city of style and sophistication. Standing in the Graben Street, there's a 69-foot-tall Baroque monument known as the Plate Column. Erected in 1694 on the order of Emperor Leopold I, the Plate Column was intended to commemorate the end of the Great Plague of Vienna in 1679. The plague killed 76,000 people. At the base of the column, you will find numerous sculptures depicting angels, saints, and allegorical figures. They represent choirs of angels and the various virtues such as faith, hope, and charity. Emperor Leopold I himself is kneeling before an angel. This represents his appeal for divine intervention during the plague. The column's central pillar is decorated with swirling clouds, angels, and cherubs ascending towards the Golden Trinity at the top, symbolizing the ascent from earthly suffering to heavenly grace. Standing as a symbol of hope, faith, gratitude, and resilience, the plate column is an artistic splendor and a quintessential example of the Baroque style, characterized by its dynamic movement, dramatic intensity, and elaborate decoration. It also serves as a reminder of Vienna's past struggles and its recovery. Visitors from around the world come to admire its beauty and historical significance.